Good morning. My name is Lori DeSico. Most of you know me. As previously posted on my Facebook, I am going to begin today with my first video, something I've never done before, to tell the story of the past 16 months of my life and how social media, Facebook, Floral Park, I don't know, maybe naivete, if you think I was naive, have brought me to the place where I am today, where I'm finally picking myself up, picking up my pieces, and being able to move on with my life. Is something, again, I said I never did this before, so it's a little hard for me to get started, but I'm just going to tell the story the way it unfolded. And a lot of you might ask, why? Why am I doing this? And the simple fact is that I won't name any names. It's not to ruin anybody. It's not to be vicious. It's to let go. It's to be able to get this out and to let go of it and move forward, because I think what happened to me was extremely fucking unfair. And I don't think that anybody should get away with playing with somebody's entire life the way that mine was. Your career, your home, your children, everything from professional life to personal life. I don't think anybody should get away with that. Um, and I don't think it's fair that it happened to me, but it did. And so I want to tell my story because I need to get it out so that I can let go of it and I can move forward. So let's start. Again, never done this before, but we're going to start with the beginning. Chapter 1, Living the Dream. Literally a dream. So we're going to start with the end of 2014, when I got an innocent inbox on Facebook from someone I haven't spoke to or seen or even thought of for 25 years. I was living in North Carolina. Um, I was looking for a career change. This person popped in. Hey, how are you? How, your usual. How are things? What you've been up to? What have you done for the past 25 years? Things are good. I have two great kids that I'm very proud of. I have a home in North Carolina that I'm looking to sell, soon. Um, I'm looking to make big changes in my life, career changes. And how are you? How's things with you? How have you been? What have you been up to? About 15 minutes of Facebook chat, and it was very innocent and very, glad to hear from you. Have a great day, have a great life, kind of conversation. From that point, um, the pursuit was on to hire me. Um, my fault. I should have never mentioned, that I was networking, looking for a career change. At the time, it was an innocent conversation. This person and I were never in the same industry, never in the same field, never in a million years thought that this person would offer me any kind of career choice. And he did. He offered me to be his vice president of operations, which right now I am a vice president of marketing and sales support. And he offered me this job in New York City to help him set up his real estate office and expand it and grow. I declined. I refused to send him my resume, because my resume has my phone number and address on it, and I haven't seen this person in 25 years. And like I said, even 25 years ago, I don't believe that we were ever friendly like that. I mean, maybe we had a few high school classes together, but I don't remember ever really having a conversation with this person. So I declined and thanked him for being kind, and you know, but that I didn't know anything about real estate and it was out of my realm of expertise, and I just didn't think it would be a good fit. But I, thanked him again for being kind-hearted and for the opportunity. Every day I got new messages. I need your resume. I really need your resume. And every day I said the same thing. Most of the time I didn't answer, but when I got to a point where I would answer, it would be, thank you again. However, I'm in the electronic payments industry. I don't know anything about real estate, and I don't know how I could possibly help you. Um, then came, well, I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it because I need somebody with your skill set. Well, how do you know what my skill set is? Because you can go online and you can Google me, and you know that I have been in business and been a professional woman for a really long time. You could see on my Facebook page that I do marketing, and you can go to our company page and see that I do websites, and I do all kinds of I bring all kinds of skill sets to the table. So the goal was, I really need you to, help me expand my real estate business. I need you to help me lease an office, furnish it, hire people, um, revamp my website, create marketing, logos and branding and all stuff that I have done that you don't need to be in an industry to be able to do. Again, I declined because I don't have any real estate background. I live in North Carolina at the time. I don't live in New York City, so it would be very hard for me to manage an office being 640 miles away. So then I got an email saying that I've contacted a real estate agent in your area and I'm going to buy your house. And then once I buy your house, I will relocate you to New York City to an apartment building that we own, my company owns, where you can stay there while you work for me if you agree to come work for me. So then came the question, the red flags, right? Because it sounds crazy. So why? Why? I'm sure that there are plenty of people as qualified, if not more qualified, than me in New York City. So why would you want me to work for you in New York City? Why is this so important for you? There are plenty of people you could hire. Because you're from Floral Park. Because I feel like I can trust you, because I can tell that you're an honest person and that you're a hard worker. And I need somebody that I can really trust in this position. Now, this person comes from a good family in Floral Park. The reputation was a good family. I don't really know them personally. Retired law enforcement is their background. All honest and, all good people. And so you don't think that, something like this is just bullshit, which unfortunately it was. But at the time I'm thinking red flags are still going off. I'm thinking, but why? Why is this person pushing so hard for somebody to come work for them that clearly is not from the industry, from that background, is not as qualified as somebody else who would be from that industry and from that background, and understands the mechanics of what makes a real estate office run, because I don't know the first thing about real estate except how to buy and sell a house. So then I get an email. That email is from a real estate agent. The real estate agent that this person contacted to do a comp. And what a comp is they do a comp, they measure the value of your home to other comparable homes in your neighborhood and come up with a price of what they think your house is worth. So this person went to the trouble of contacting a real estate agent in my area, which is a lesson to be learned about putting where you're from on your social media, to do a comp on my home. Then this person proceeded to tell me that they were putting in an offer to me, a cash offer of $330,000, which I know for those of you that are still in New York doesn't seem like a lot, but in North Carolina, that's about what my house is worth. So he put in an offer for the full value of my home as a cash offer, and he said, this will be an all-cash offer with the fastest possible close. Still sounds fishy. Red flags going off. Why do you want to buy my house, relocate me, have me work for you, put me up in this apartment, this 2-bedroom apartment for me and my kids, because your company owns the building, and I don't know a thing about real estate. Like I said, I'm not a dumb woman. I'm an intelligent woman, and something is not right here. So I ask for proof of funds, because now at this point I'm being offered, I'm being offered a great job opportunity, financially. If this is real, who goes through all this trouble? if this is a real opportunity and this person has done really well for themselves and really does want to recruit me, then prove to me that it's real. Because right now I'm not really feeling that this is legitimate. So then I get, the real estate agent sends me another email. The proof of funds. This was a proof of funds letter proving that this person had the cash and the means to purchase my house, to close, and to relocate me to New York City. So now I have my proof of funds letter. Still skeptical, guys. Red flags still going off in my head. Talking to my friends, talking to my family. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's true that this person did really well for themselves, because this person made some connections. How'd they do well for themselves? They made some connections through their fraternity brothers at St. John's. St. John's, a good university, prestigious. This person, graduated from St. John's, has a lot of ties to St. John's. Very possible. Still not convinced. So, what do? If I turn up this opportunity, it could be, the opportunity of a lifetime. That's what people are telling me. These things happen all the time. You're a good person. You do a lot for a lot of people. Now it's your time for somebody to do something for you. Take advantage of the opportunity. Like I said, I'm an intelligent woman. Red flags still going off. Okay, Mr. Floral Park, Mr. Real Estate, Mr. Tycoon, Mr. Broker to the celebrities. If this is a real opportunity, I need for you to fly me in. I need for you to fly me into New York. I want to interview with your executive team, at which time you can review my resume and you can explain to me, as well as your executive team, why this makes sense to you. Because it doesn't make sense to me. So until somebody can make it make sense, it's too many red flags for me. So, on March 3rd, 2015, an airline ticket was purchased for me. There it is. I was flown into New York, LaGuardia, for a meeting. I had a car service come pick me up, take me into Manhattan, take me to dinner at Madison Square Garden, where I met this person for the first time in 25 years, and his two executive partners, who were retired NYPD officers. So here you have this, innocent kind of person back in the day. Really, I don't remember him bothering too many people. He's disabled. He kept to himself. I was nice to him, but I had no reason not to be. Then his family, his background in law enforcement. Then I meet his partners, who also are retired NYPD, who happen to be real estate agents at the current time, working in Manhattan, who are coming on board for his business expansion. We sat down, and still, I wasn't sold. I had just been flown to New York. Car service picked me up. I'm having a $600 dinner at Madison Square Garden with this person and his executive team. And I wanted you to know, I looked at them and I said, why? Somebody explain to me why. Why would you invest so much into relocating me, buying my house, offering me a 5-year work contract when you don't even know what I'm capable of? You haven't even interviewed me, and this is the first time you've seen my resume. Somebody help me make sense of this. Where his executive team looked at each other, then looked at me, and they smiled. And they said, we know how you feel, because we were sitting in your seat not too long ago. And it wasn't until Mr. X decided to bring us on and is buying our homes too, because he believes that when you treat your closest executives well, they stay with you and they're loyal to you and you can trust them. And so that's why he's doing all of this for you, just like he did for us, because it will help him be able to know that he can trust you and you're loyal to him because he's treating you well. This was the type of conversation. So instead of me interviewing for a job, I was begging them to convince me why this made sense. And I guess after the $600 dinner, the flight, the car ride, meeting these two individuals who seemed very professional and very well dressed, and you know had their real estate licenses as retired NYPD officers. Why this kind of all right was now making sense in some fashion. So maybe all those conversations I have with friends and family saying, this is your time and why are you so skeptical? And maybe this person just, really does know that you're a good person and that you're capable. All of that came into play. Then came the contract on my house. So to move things along, first, not only did I get in the mail a brand new MacBook Pro to work with, I got a brand new iPhone 6. So did my children, to try and persuade me. And I got conversations that were, because I can't just up and leave. I have a home. I have children. My daughter has to graduate high school. Right now, I go back and forth between New York and North Carolina, and it's okay. It works. Okay, well, you know what? You can come to New York and do 3 weeks here, 10 days there, 3 weeks here, 10 days there, and you can go back and forth until the house closes. Okay. And this is going to be your salary, and you're going to have the apartment, and you're going to get a company car, and you're going to have all the perks of being on my executive team. Okay. Let's see where this goes. I get the contract on my house. As discussed, attached to the signed contract. Now this is to the real estate agent, and I'm copied on it. This is the signed contract for my house. So at this point, not only is my house in contract for $330,000 signed, it now involves my ex-husband because both of us are on the house. So now there's real estate agents involved, 2 retired NYPD officers who are on the executive team, me, and my ex-husband, who just signed the contract to our house for a cash deal to close as quickly as possible, and is now we're packing all of our stuff into our boxes. Because once we close, we're going to move. Then we don't have to move right away. That comes that conversation. I think I want to buy your house in North Carolina, and I want to flip it, because that's what we do. That's what my company does. We're a real estate brokerage. We do business all over the United States. That's how I make my money. Okay, so what I need you to do, Lori, is I need you to call independent contractors in. I want to remodel your whole house. I want it ADA accessible. I want everything top of the line, and I'm going to flip your house. But why would you invest money into my house, that much money? Why do you have to redo the whole house? You haven't even seen it. Because that's what I want to do. And you can stay there, and your children can stay there and go back and forth for as long as you want with the renovations. Well, that doesn't make much sense. It's your house. If I sell it to you, it's yours. But I'm telling you that I'll flip it and I'll have no problem. And then I'll even be able to market other people on your block and flip their houses too. And I'll make money off this. Okay. I don't know much about real estate, but I know that the house is only worth it what the comp comes back at. So you're not going to sell a $330,000 house for $500,000. But at this point, I'm going with it. I call 3 independent contractors. They spend all day in my house, each one. I get 3 estimates for renovations on my house. And I know you're thinking, what could she possibly be thinking? Again, this was somebody from Floral Park who was kind, who was innocent at the time, who's disabled, whose family is in law enforcement, who I've met his executive team, who flew me out to New York City, who had a car service pick me up, who introduced me and convinced me that this was legitimate. I had proof of funds. I had emails from real estate agents that were involved. I had office equipment so I could start my job. I had phone service so that I could start my job. I had email addresses set up for me. My only decision was, now, what do I do? Do I leave the career that I've known for 25 years in the electronic payments industry and take a chance and take a shot. And maybe this is my shot. Maybe this is the career change that I've been looking for. So along comes my employment contract. Here is my 7-page employment contract, which is electronically signed by both parties. That states what my salary is. That states what my benefits are, my medical benefits, my compensation, that is for 5 years, what happens, what my duties will be, what happens if I breach contract, what happens if he breaches contract. It went from his attorney to my attorney for review. There was edits and revisions made. There was a company, a vehicle, a place to live in New York City as promised. It seemed legitimate. It went through actual attorneys. So now you have real estate agents involved, attorneys involved, a contract on my home, proof of funds from a bank, from a family that seemed innocent enough, and a background in law enforcement, from Floral Park, from a disabled person who seemed like he just needed somebody he could trust to help him expand his business. So that's where I'm going to leave you guys today, because as you know, I'm sitting in Philadelphia. I'm not in New York City, and this is the beginning of my story. And what happens next, you'll have to wait till tomorrow. So thank you for listening. Thank you for letting me get this out, and thank you for helping me move on. Have a nice day.